Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Sal's Got Mud Between Her Toes. Sal's Got Mud Between Her Toes was a request from Phoebe, one of my supporters on Patreon. And this is a lovely old time tune, nice and light and easy going. It's a three-part tune. You'll see various different YouTube versions of this, all slightly different, as is very often the case. And the repeats seem to be variable. Sometimes one section is repeated, sometimes another section is repeated. I've done the simplest possible version, which is where each section repeats. I'm going to show you the simplest melody. I'm going to show you how to add some drones and how to add some syncopation. So let's look at the A section. We're in the key of D. Okay, so it's pretty well all using 1, 2, open, 1, 2. And once you know that, it makes it quite a lot easier to pick the thing up. We've got one hammer on. So the hammer on is a sort of optional ornament. You could play that. But I think it just sounds a lot better with that little first finger flick. So let's just do that again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the B section starts on second finger, and now we're going. Now we've got open 1, 2, open 1, 3 are the fingers that I use mostly, and I think we're going to find that this is all a pentatonic tune, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3. And then the final section, I think, is pretty well the first section, but an octave up. So we've got, most of it is on that. 3, open, 1, 3, 1, open, 3. So we got. So, all pretty simple, all nice easy fingering. Now let's try adding some drones. If you're not sure how to do open string drones, I do have a video explaining how that works. Basically all of these drones are optional, but they all add something. So the main drone here is an A drone. It works all the way through the second bar. When you go down to the G string, you can drone on the D string. For that, best not to do a drone on that bit. Next section, we're going to drone on the A and D strings. on this section you can keep the bow right across both strings and not angle it at all, so that you're droning continuously through the whole section. You may decide that's too much droning and you'd rather leave some of those out, but that's entirely up to you. Okay, third section. When you're playing these D notes, an open D drone below it is nice. And then as you go into the E string, you drone on the A string. And when you get down to the D string, you drone on the A string. So let's do that section again. In case you're thinking about the bowing, you can do this pretty well all separate bows if you want. You might just stick a few slurs in. I do have a video all about old time bowing which you might find useful. Okay, now let's do all three sections with the backing and with the drones. Now, one key feature of old-time fiddling is the use of syncopation. And because you're going to be playing the same tune around probably lots and lots of times, it's the kind of micro variation or micro improvisation which makes it interesting for you and for everyone else. So we're going to stay close to the melody, but just a few little shifts of emphasis here and there, and anticipating notes is what adds the interest. So we do have, for example, at the end of each section, that do-ba-ba-down, that's a bit of syncopation, because we are cutting the first note in half and jumping onto the second note in a kind of surprise way. And you can do the same thing in lots of other places. So let's try it in the middle of the last line. So I'm bringing in that note, which starts the third bar of this section, but we're bringing it in a beat earlier. You can also start a line early, so going from the end of the first section. So we kind of lean into that open D, and we're coming in before the bar line. Let's do it on the repeat of the third section. And I will often slide into that anticipated note. Like that. So I'm going to do one more time round, and this time I'll try and do it straight on the first time of each section and do some sort of syncopation on the second time of each section. If you're interested in the syncopation and want to learn more about this, I did a video on shortening bread which goes into quite a lot of detail with syncopation, so check that one out. I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the Fiddle channel and send me an email. And if you want to get hold of all of my PDFs in one go and help support the work that I'm doing in creating these videos, then do please consider joining me on Patreon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.